Friends, if you haven't watched the Haunted Hospital Parts 1 and 2 yet, please watch them before watching this video. Otherwise, you will not understand the story. In the previous video, you saw that Alex and John were searching for Max in the hospital, but the crazy nurse saw them and tried to kill them. After moving forward a bit, Alex and John found Max. After finding him, they tried to open the door to get out. Following Alex's suggestion, the three of them together tried to force open the door, hoping that it would open and they could escape. After much effort, the door finally opened. Max and John were able to get out, but poor Alex couldn't. The nurse caught him. Now let's see the next part of the story. John, exhausted, says, "If we want to save Alex, we first need to open this door again." Max, scared, says, "We have to do this very carefully, otherwise the nurse will catch us too." Then they both tried to open the door, but it's not going to open so easily. They try and try again, but the door does not budge. They need to find another way. John and Max think about breaking the door. How about trying to kick it down while running? But even this idea doesn't work. The door does not even move. Max says, "I have another idea. Come with me." So Max and John run towards Jill. Jill is very worried. She is trying to call the police, but there is no signal here. When she sees Max and John approaching, she gets happy seeing her brother safe again and says, "Thank goodness you guys are safe. I was very worried. Where's Alex?" John says, "We couldn't save Alex. That crazy nurse has caught him, and now the door to go inside isn't opening." Max says, "Quickly, get in the car. I have an idea. We can break the hospital door with the car." So the three of them quickly get in the car and drive it in towards the hospital door. Max's idea works, and the hospital door finally breaks open. Now that the door is open, Max realizes it will be difficult to do this alone, and tells Jill, "I know an elder who can help us. He lives in a village near the highway. You go there and bring him here. Meanwhile, John and I will try to save Alex." Jill says, "No, I won't be able to find the way properly. If I don't understand the location, it will be a problem, and we do not have time. Max, why don't you bring the elder? Meanwhile, John and I can search for Alex." Max agrees to the idea and heads towards the elder's house, while Jill and John go into the hospital to search for Alex. Half the night has passed, and there is complete silence all around. Taking advantage of this, Max drives quickly and reaches the elder in no time. Upon reaching the house, Max sees the elder sitting outside by the pool, wearing glasses. The elder also sees Max. He smiles upon seeing him. Max also smiles at the elder and walks towards him. The elder asks Max where he is coming from so late in the night and invites him to sit by the pool. Max tells him, "Oh elder, you know the old hospital, right? I escaped from there. There's a crazy nurse in that hospital and she has caught my friend Alex." The elder asks, "Are you talking about St. George's Hospital? There used to be a crazy nurse there who was killed because many people lost their lives due to her dangerous experiments." Max replies, "Yes, that nurse is very dangerous. We need your help." So the elder says, "Okay, go and sit in the car. I will be right there." And then he disappears into the pool. Where did the elder go? Without wasting any time, Max walks towards the car. Suddenly, the elder jumps out of the pool and heads towards his house. Max sits in the car, waiting impatiently for the elder to arrive. Shortly after, the elder comes out of his house with a magic wand and heads towards the car. Max starts the car and drives towards the hospital with the elder. His eyes are on the elder's magic wand. He doesn't know what the elder plans to do with it. This will only be known after they reach the hospital. Meanwhile, John and Jill, searching for Alex, reach the hospital basement. They find a corpse there, with its head severed. Jill and John were already scared, and now they're even more terrified. They search the entire hospital for Alex, but there's no sign of him. Who knows where the nurse has taken him? Jill says, "There are many doors here. Alex should be here somewhere. Let me check that door." It turns out to be a ghost. Seeing the ghost, Jill gets very scared and says, "We should just leave this place, otherwise we will die as well." John says, "No, Alex and Max saved my life. Wait, I'll check the door next to this one." He opens the door and sees a woman sitting on a chair watching TV. "Ghost! There's a ghost here! Jill, run!" They run into the room next door. "Hey, this looks like Alex. It seems the nurse is preparing to sever Alex's head." Jill and John now realize that the corpse in the previous room was also decapitated in the same way. Before they could think of anything, they hear footsteps approaching as if someone is coming down the stairs. It seems the crazy nurse is coming down. They need to hide quickly. John goes to the nearby box. This seems like a good place to hide, so he opens the box. There's a corpse inside again. The nurse has reached the basement, holding a machete. It looks like there's going to be a lot of bloodshed in the basement. Before she comes in, Jill and John hide. Jill hides behind the box, but due to the lack of space, poor John has to hide inside the box with the corpse. The nurse is about to kill Alex. What will they do now? Suddenly, Jill gets an idea. She slams the box shut, which distracts the nurse towards it. The nurse sees Jill behind the box. She moves towards Jill to kill her, but Jill hits the nurse and runs out of the room. Now the nurse is very angry and has decided to kill Jill. As soon as the nurse leaves, John comes out of the box. This is the perfect time to save Alex. In the meantime, Max has reached outside the hospital with the elder. Jill runs outside the hospital. Seeing Max and the elder, she runs towards them. Max asks, "What happened, Jill? Where are Alex and John?" Before Jill can answer, the nurse also reaches outside. Even after getting hit, the nurse is up again and is about to attack the elder from behind. Meanwhile, John also reaches outside. Seeing the situation, Alex shouts and warns the elder that the nurse is about to attack from behind. And friends, what happens next? The elder finished off the nurse with one blow. Friends, if you liked the Haunted Hospital series and wanted to see more horror animated videos, Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to turn on all notifications. And don't forget to give your suggestions in the comments. Should we continue this series with more parts?